Hey everybody, it's your fearless leader, I'm JJJJ. Welcome back to a birthday episode of the Ability Warriors podcast. This is episode 5 and or 6. I can't quite remember. So let's hop right into this week's episode. So I want to talk to you guys about, because I know yesterday we talked about transition, and now I kind of want to talk to you guys about living on your own and gaining that independence and giving you cautionary tales of what not to do and things that I wish that I did that I didn't do and would love to have had somebody say, hey, try this out, like a suggestion, to make your life easier. So that's what your big sister from the Ability Warriors Leader is going to teach you today. So I just want to put this out there that living on your own takes time and a lot of money. It takes patience. It takes a lot of things. So don't get discouraged if you can't get there right when everybody else is. Don't give yourself a time frame, because let's be honest, I moved out when I was 22 and I was barely ready for that. So I would give yourself all the time in the world, especially when you're trying to find care and you're trying to establish yourself in a community that can give you the care that you need, and also having a good support system. You gotta find those people that will help you regardless of whether they agree with your decision or not. Like, you need somebody that's gonna be in your corner, because I know sometimes guardians and parents and stuff aren't always in your corner. They're sometimes detrimental to your self-esteem, and they hinder you moving forward. So just make sure you got a good, solid group that you can depend on and rely on, because let me tell you, that helps immensely. Mama Bear, my support was instrumental in me getting the confidence. Yeah, I didn't fully have it, but kind of starting to build that foundation of like, okay, I can do this. I can get there eventually. And I did, and it felt scary and great and terrifying and sad all at the same time. I remember when my caregiver left, and when my Mama Bear left, I suddenly felt this overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair, and I was like, how the heck am I gonna pull this off? How the heck am I gonna live life to the fullest? How am I going to be the human that I want to be? And that first year was kind of a wash. I'm gonna be honest. Because I was living in a place that I didn't really love. I was living in a place that was just a stepping stone to where I wanted to be eventually, which I didn't know at the time what that was, but it was just a stopover point. So I didn't really feel connected or bound to that place. I felt more disconnected, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I kind of got depressed, and I was in my own little bubble, and I eventually had somebody to burst that, but they became my entire world. They still are my entire world, but they became everything I looked forward to. They became my only form of existing. And I don't want that to be the case for you guys. Even though I love them to death, I want you to be strong human beings. And I want you to realize that you have to come up with your own toolbox and your own way of doing things. Like, yes, you can have little nuggets of things that they say that can kind of help you, guide you along the path, but really it comes down to your intuition and your drive to succeed, independent-minded of that other person. Like, you need to, especially those first formative months that you're living on your own, you're finally decorating your space, you're finally finding out what foods you actually enjoy and not being influenced by your parentals or your guardians, or just given whatever you just taking whatever you are given. You need to be the one to spearhead everything. So I would suggest a lot of things, and that's what I'm going to get into. The advice that I never had, the advice that I honestly never wanted, but I realize now, going into my 29th year and my 5th year kind of solo, that you need these things. These things are essential things that will help you succeed later on down the road and succeed now. So I just feel very passionate about this. I don't know how long this episode is going to be, and I wrote it out, but I'm just going to go off the cuff. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully you get some value out of it. And so let's jump right into the tips. So my first tip is to, a couple months before you move out, write down a wish list of everything that you need, like a couch, a chair, a bedspread, a bed. Usually you can take your own bed. For me, I needed to figure out a lift situation. That was later on, but figure out your own lift situation before you get caught up in all the other things if you are disabled, because that is the most essential thing. And I would write down how much everything costs and just start saving. Start saving your little tushies off. Start saving birthday money. Saving Christmas money. Just be like, I'm saving this for my hope chest. I'm saving this for when I need to move out. So that you're not scrambling like I did to try to find everything and get everybody's opinions. That way you're steadfast in your style and what you want to make your new life to be. You want to be able to spread your wings and not have them clipped. So that's what I would do first. So it's not like a wedding registry. Just call it like a moving out independence registry and just be like, hey everybody, I'm moving out in 6 months, or I'm moving out in a year. Can you please start buying this stuff for me so that when I do move out, I'm well prepared and I'm not stressed out, and I can kind of forge my own way. That will really, really take the load off you, and it will keep you more focused on the reality of moving and just other things that you really need to focus on other than what do I need to get. Like, I would definitely focus on getting a social network. I would focus on finding your own friends aside from your roommate, or if you're living on your own, I would just find a group of people. Like, you can go on meetups, and obviously not right now, but you can go on meetups and you can find them, and just people with common interests, so that you don't end up feeling alone. You don't end up feeling that despair that I did. So that you have something to look forward to. You have that kind of growth. So that when your family comes to visit, you can be like, oh yeah, I'm going out with this friend tonight. We're doing this. And they can see that you're pushing yourself and you're guiding yourself to a better life. And that's your ultimate goal. That's your ultimate that was my ultimate dream. To find my own life, to start my own life, to not need anybody to validate me. And I kind of went down the black hole of letting people do that, but I'm trying to teach you guys not to do that. So yeah, just storing stuff away, getting a social network, making a list of everything that you need, preparing yourself a year in advance of like stuff that you have anxiety over is also very helpful. So if you have problems answering phone calls, then just like make a script of what you want to say to the person. Like I did this when I was applying for volunteer jobs, and this was what my Mama Bear instilled in me. Like you call everybody. It is so frustrating, but that will help you find your purpose. That will help you find where you need to be at. That will help you kind of lead into employment, but you don't necessarily have to be employed. If you really do want to, that's your choice. If you want to go to school, that's also your choice. But I am not a school academia person. I am more of a real life, get down to it kind of girl. So that's what I chose to do. And I need to get back after it, after the world gets a sense of normalcy back. But I digress. That's here nor there at this point. But you just need to journal your thoughts and see how far you've come. Like, I've done this for the past year, and it's helped me out so much. So, knowing where you're coming from and knowing where you're headed to is a big confidence booster, because you can see all the despair that was in your past, and you can see a bright future. So, I would definitely recommend that. And I would also recommend just having a therapist and being able to reach out, or you can call here 24/7, because I realize now I should have done that, and it would have helped with a lot of mental health issues that I have, that I didn't know previously that I had. So it would definitely help with that. If you're struggling with that, just get all the phone numbers, get all the contacts that you need. Like, search your little tushies off and search like the emergency numbers, the police station in your area, the ambulance, the closest food bank, because you won't start to budget for a little while. You're gonna find that you're gonna go ham for a little while. So I would just find your closest food bank. Like I said, do the volunteer list. Just before you move, just reflect on all the things that you do have in your life and be grateful for those things, and just realize that you are moving forward. And yeah, if you trip up and you don't move forward at the pace that you want to, don't compare yourself to others that are in a farther along life than you are, because life is the journey, not the race. So I would just keep that in mind, and also get your caregiver to write down definitely a year or even a year and a half before you move out. Get them to write an advice book, and then you can carry that through your life and just be like, oh, what did they say when you burn a recipe? What did they say to do on that? Like, what did they say to do when you burn your hand? What did they say to do when your power goes out? What did they say to do when you need more groceries and can't get out of your house because it's the middle of winter? Like, just get them to write out all their little nuggets of wisdom, and then you can pass that on to future generations, and you can be like, this is what I learned, I'm passing this on to you, this is what I've accomplished, and then add to that book, and then you all have a keepsake for years to come, and it will be a great thing to have, because I never had that. I was always coddled. I was always being told not to worry about it, like being told that it would all be taken care of. And I want you guys to not live that way. I want you guys to be naive, but also be aware of the life choices that you're gonna make and the slip-ups that you're gonna make, and that everything will be okay. Everything will turn out the way that you want it to turn out. Everything, all the drive, all the determination that you have will make things happen. Like, everything happens for a reason. I'm here because there was many life events that led me to this. Yeah, I didn't go about it in the right way, but it definitely shaped me into the person that I want to be, for darn sure. Just knowing that you did this on your own, knowing that you did this on your own accord, knowing that you did ask for help, knowing that you have that arsenal of what ifs in your back pocket, you will definitely be more prepared than I was ever. So, yeah, my main three are get a social group, definitely. Learn the lay of the land. That's another one. Get all the contacts that you need. Get the hope chest. Get the book of wisdom. And just listen to this podcast. If you ever need a little push, I will always be here in your ear. And I'm saying that if you can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can take my life that I had and turn it into something positive and uplifting for all of you, then you can do your part and you can fill the comments with advice, and you can learn from the advice of others. And because I'm not saying I have all the answers, I'm just giving you my life experience. And so I want to give you guys that, and I hope that you guys didn't take away stuff. And as always, I'm going to do my outro. My friend Minnie Minchino here on YouTube, y'all know her by now. I shout her out constantly in almost every episode. She has a vlogging type show that she does gaming on, and she just has amazing content, and she has amazing visuals and amazing ways of doing things that is maybe less talk-based, but definitely more visual, but also kind of talk-based. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, you guys got this. You guys can do this. Just remember, have a social group, and you are never alone, especially on this channel. So that's it for today's episode. I will be posting it in real time. So I will be posting this right now in the next an hour or so. So I hope you guys gain some value, and I hope you guys go out and enjoy the wonderful sunshine. And yeah, have a great day, and I will be with you tomorrow, or maybe later on today, so I can take tomorrow off, because that'll be the day before my birthday. So maybe you'll have a bonus episode tonight, maybe you won't. So listen out for that, and I will talk to you all next time I post. MJ, your fearless leader, is now out.